What's up, everybody? I am Sniggenhoff, and for a long time we've been marching off to battle. In a thundering horde, we feel a lot like cattle. We're playing Huan Zhao today, which is probably the wrong pronunciation of it. And if you didn't come here for Mulan quotes, I don't know what you're doing with your life. As they say about my channel, come for the Disney quotes, stay for the mediocre gameplay and poor decisions. Hooray! In the last episode, we declared war on Haichi because they were starting to raise their banners, and we wanted to jump on their banners before they got fully reinforced. We won the first battle, and now we're going to continue on and hopefully win a pretty easy war. We are losing money currently, but that's to be expected. Let's unpause and see what happens. I'm gonna try to chase down this army before it reinforces too much. I'm gonna send. I've got cavalry, the host that I raised. It's interesting that you can. I assumed with the raise banners function they were going to get rid of this button, raise host, but you can do both, which is kind of interesting to me. And I picked this one over raise banners because first of all, if you can do both, this is a recurring source of free. Well, it's free to recruit, but not free to maintain cavalry. Whereas this is a one-time deal. Banners, like once you click these, you can't click it again until the banners are disbanded. Whereas you can use this to continually build up more and more cavalry. And also this gets me a general, and a pretty decent general at that. It just sucks that they also had a pretty decent general that I don't think they start the game with. I think that was just a random roll that happened to be a 4-shock general. So let's keep on going. I could hire a discipline guy right now if I wanted to, but I don't think it's necessary. Gonna catch out one little troop there. And send these guys up here. I could shift consolidate right now, but I don't think it's necessary. They're at like half morale, and we're at higher manpower than they are. We are suffering attrition because of the winter, but we should be able to knock these guys out pretty quick. Sweet. Stack wipe. This is a level 1 fort, so I only need 3 troops there. I'll just send a bunch of infantry down over there. You're going to Hulan, so we just need... I don't quite have enough. Split it up like that. And send one guy here. One thing I may do when I finish this war. So, when you push this button to unite the Jurchen tribes, you gain a bunch of cores on the North Ilanhala area, South Ilanhala area, all these places. To push this button, you need to have a core on Girin and Higgin and Hunkun. So these 3 provinces. So I may take all of Haichi's. Well, I'm definitely going to take all the provinces in a peace deal, but I may not core all of them just yet. I may sit on the overextension and try to take this and whatever else I can from Yeren, and then push the Unite Jurchen Tribes button to become Manchu, and then gain free cores on all those places. With the new statesman mechanic, I'm not exactly sure. I think I'll have to still pay the half price to turn them into state cores, but it does save me the initial price of coring them. It'll save me half of the admin, essentially, I think. Ming is taking on Korchin, which is unfortunate for me. I need Korchin to be here for me to conquer. Hopefully I'll be able to go up through Baratia, or I may have to turn my sights on Korea earlier than I thought I would. We'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. I just wish Ming, go after these guys. All these little dudes down here. Stop taking my land. I'm just gonna wait for the siege to finish up. I wonder if they would actually just give it to us now. Just give it up. No, they wouldn't. And I would have a coalition form against us with this, with Korchin, and only Korchin, who is about to not exist anymore. So we're not going to worry about that. Whatever peace deal you are trying to give me, I do not want. And I think I'm going to lower my maintenance on my troops a little bit so I can make money. And they should stay reinforced enough for all these sieges to go through. I've played a little bit with the hordes in the past, and I did a quick run through to get the blood for the blood god achievement, so I wouldn't have to worry about it in this playthrough. And like, money is a big deal with the hordes, and like the best way to get money is to go out and conquer more land. But like, if Ming decides to cut off your expansion route, that can be a bit difficult. Also, Korchin's fighting Baratia right now, and all their troops are up here doing nothing while Ming sieges down their land. Now granted, Ming has a bunch more men than they do, so going to fight them probably wouldn't be all that great, but still, AI is going to AI. 21%, we can do it, I believe. Can I build any more boats? I can build 2. I can afford it. The trade zones in this area, I'm in the Girin trade zone, which isn't making a lot of money. It's losing a bunch of money to Nippon. And I have a rival over here in Korea and Nippon, and then Japan's over here, who I don't even know about yet. So I think it's fine to pirate here. Speaking of rivals, I definitely need to, once I take this peace deal, I need to embargo my rivals. Take all of your money. I can't take all of your money. Go. Currently it would cost me 515 admin to core all these provinces, but as you'll see with raising, we're not going to pay 515 admin to core all these provinces, and we may not even be coring everything. It's going to give me 64% overextension though. That's a handy number to note. There's a province with good supply. 12, 11. Girin has 17. I'm going to meet up in Girin. Okay, so we just conquered all this land. We're going to switch over here to the diplomatic map mode. All of these provinces with the green and the green stripes over them is land we haven't cored yet. And we're going to go through, and for each of these provinces, and one thing I'm interested to note is if the devastation counter ticks up when I raise these provinces. But for each of these provinces, we're going to raise them. And it will give us monarch points and the rest of the loot in the loot bar for each development that's raised. And I think it raises half of the province rounded down. So it's a 333, so it's going to raise 1 development. So it's going to go down to a 222. And we're going to get 20 monarch points for each development we raise. Unfortunately, we're at 100 horde unity right now, so we don't need to worry about... We won't gain any extra horde unity, but it's fine. We are going to gain just oodles of monarch points. And it does raise the devastation of the province. Devastation is a modifier that, like, when a province has been sieged down and at war, the devastation ticks up, and it gives you these negative effects like development cost, goods produced modifier, manpower modifier, sailors modifier, friendly movement speed, supply limit, institution spread. They can be pretty hefty, and it's an interesting mechanic, because it's like, typically if you were to just people were just continue fighting over the same provinces over and over, it would just lower the loot bar, and that's all that would happen. But now this devastation mechanic makes these devastated provinces a lot less valuable. So yeah, this is gonna go from a 555 down to a 333, I think, and we're gonna get 40 of each. Yes. And another thing, a hidden bonus of raising provinces is coring is based on development. So after you raise all these provinces, they are also cheaper to core. And it gave us a ton of monarch points for doing all that. We could core all these, but I think I'm going to wait. I'm just going to core Girin and see if I can get the free cores on everything. I did get a fort. No, I already had this fort out of the deal. And I have rebels ticking up now. I could go through and raise autonomy here because there's not much to be had in these provinces. But they're likely going to fire either way. Raising autonomy will bring the unrest down to 3, but there'll be like a bunch of these provinces all at 3 unrest, so they'll fire either way. It's just going to be faster if I don't raise it, and I'll get a little bit more value out of it. How many troops does Yaren have? Yaren has 3,400 out of a force limit of 14. Are they at war with somebody? No? They just disband all their troops? That makes me want to fight them right now. And just take the mission instantly. Looks like Ming has finished their war with Qin. They only took 1 province. That's actually really good for me. Because again, I need this. I'm going to wait just a little bit for my Horde Unity to tick down though. I am up to 50% power prestige already, which is awesome. 50%, 50 power prestige. Power projection, power prestige. Listen to me talk. Sounding like a dummy. We will take the mercantilism. Issue an embargo on you. And then I should, hopefully we'll be able to rival Qin. I can. Which means I need to cancel this mission. And issue an embargo on you. Jaren's still at 3,500. Man, I just want to go after them right now. Let me wait. Okay, if I were to go to war with Yaren right now, I have 42% overextension, so I could take on 60% overextension in a peace deal, and it would go even lower than that. You never want to go above 100% overextension. The rebels are going to fire no matter what in about 3 years. If I take on too much land, I'm going to have to deal with too many rebels. But the faster I do this, the easier it's going to be. It's a little risky, I'm not going to lie. I am also losing money right now, even with my troops they're at half maintenance, a little less than half maintenance. I can't get them all the way down. We're rooting out corruption because we have overextension, and we're not even rooting it out enough for it to go down. Let's root it out a little harder. How close am I to my manpower cap? A little ways away. Let's wait a tad bit of time. I do want to jump on them while they have no troops, but I don't want to like have my country explode because of it. So let's just chill. All right, so they're going to demand admin power at the end of this year, and they're going to want 4 admin, which is fine. We can handle that. How many troops does Korea have? Just to wonder. Rivals. That's fantastic. This is new in the ledger, and it's really good. Korea has 18,000 troops, but only 9,000 manpower. Qin has 9,000 troops, 10,000 manpower. I don't know what happened to Yaren's troops. I don't know where they went. They're all cavalry. This is probably just the banners that they raised. That's really weird. What is the supply limit in this province? 19. Sweet. Another thing I didn't talk about before was edicts. So now in each state that you have, you can enact edicts. Let me see if I can get to the part where it just shows. Oh, I hate it when this happens. There we go. So these areas are the places that can become states, and I own that land So I have like this as a state, well, not as a state yet. The Ming Sphere. As part of the Ming tributary sphere, we are increasingly becoming part of the wider Ming cultural world. The Jinghua language can be heard in the streets and even high halls of Hong Kong, and there's a growing awareness of our country in the Empire of Ming. A good way to make new faraway friends, 10 prestige, and Khmer's opinion of us goes way up, or gain 5 Horde unity, and Korchin's opinion of us goes up. I don't want Korchin to like us, and I don't need the Horde unity, especially if I'm about to go to war with Yaren, so we'll take the 10 prestige. So each of these states can have an edict enacted in them, and they have different ones. Local manpower, institution spread, autonomy change, local defensiveness, so on and so forth. But enacting one of these edicts triples the maintenance that you pay for the state. So the state of South Ilinhala, its maintenance is 0.10 ducats a month. So if I took one of these, it would go up to 0.3 ducats a month, essentially. But they can be very useful. And then also, when a province is at 0 devastation, I think it has a chance to start taking up in prosperity. Not exactly sure how prosperity works, but it's when your province becomes prosperous, it's like the opposite of devastation effects. Lower development cost, extra goods produced, autonomy change ticks down. It's really good. And another way for devastation to tick down is by having a fort. I don't know if it's in the state or if it's just a fort nearby. I think it's a friendly fort nearby. And also, like, this province was at like 12% devastation a second ago, and it's already down to like 3%. So I think it ticks down pretty fast. So the question is, when am I going to jump on Yaren? And I think the answer is now. I do have room for 3 more troops. I may raise banners for those troops. I could raise a banner. I could raise 3 banners right here, right now, which I'm going to do. Gonna give me 0.7 corruption, but it'll give me 3 units of cavalry, I think, that will fight with plus 10 discipline. Maybe it won't be cavalry, it could be infantry, since I am somewhat close to the cap. 15, 17 over here, 14. Their capital's over here in Miyuga-san, so let's come up over here. We'll pay that. I hope I hit the pay that button and not the FU button. We'll split our army up a little bit because there's not a lot of supply over here. So banners have a different color. They're these purple, and they start out at only 100 reinforcement, but they can go all the way up to 1,000. But you have to pay for it to reinforce with your own manpower. We are going to take the yearly prestige for the national epic. That's another thing you have to focus on in this area of the world, is like just attrition, because you don't want to. I mean, losing manpower is always bad, especially unnecessarily. And then also, like, it costs more to reinforce troops than it does to keep troops at full reinforcement. Keep troops that are fully reinforced. How many? I need. Oh, these are just the banners that are reinforcing over here. All right, is Yaren still at like? They're at 4,100 troops. We are gonna go ahead and go for it. I don't see any reason why not. They have like no army. Let's declare over Bahori. We may not be able to take all of Yaren, but we'll take a solid chunk of it. Put this guy in charge of this army. March up to there. And you guys split up and stay here and here. How does that sound? We're going to take the quest to unite the Jurchen tribes, because that's what we're trying to do right now anyway. And let's keep a lookout for the Yarenese army. Yarenese? Sure, Yarenese. Yeah, there they are right there. Oh, they only have... I don't know why they disbanded their whole army. And now they're marching over across their strait. They're going to demand 4 military power at the end of this year. Yeah, they're just marching across the strait. I'm going to... We only need 3 over here. I'm going to send 3 infantry over to here and just leave the rest of my army right there. And if they cross the strait, they're going to take some heavy penalties for doing it. I don't know what in the world the AI is doing right now with this. It doesn't seem like a smart decision. They are raising troops now. I don't know if they're mercs or if they're normal troops. Alright, we cored Girin. I want to send these 5k over this way to deal with some of these guys. Leave 1 here to siege down these 2. Then you come join up with that army. We won a naval battle. That's great. Oh, sweet. Stack wipe. But that's going to have to be it for this episode. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you can know when I post new videos. And leave a comment in the comment section down below. Tell me about the OIRAT. What is the best... it's not acronym. The word... Maybe it is acronym. Yeah. You can come out for OIRAT, so only is rising at Tim. What can you do me one up? Give me a OIRAT acronym. Ooh, puns. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.